Alright, hey guys, what's going on? This vid, I want to talk a little bit, it's kind of another fantasy story. I want to talk about the Dino Riders and how, like, the Rulons in that show, how they kind of like relate to Edom and uh, and stuff like that. So the Dino Riders, right? You got you got two people or two different kind of races in there. You got the Valorians, which are the good guys, and you got the Rulons, which are the bad guys. And really, the Valorians, what they would be is the Israelites. They'd be the people of Israel, and that they're on the run from the Rulons. The Rulons are trying to enslave and destroy them. And but so the Rulons are they're a lot like Israel, and the Rulons they're a lot like Edom and the Confederate nations that went against Israel, because there's a verse in I think in Psalms chapter 83, I believe, talks about how there's a confederate of nations that are against Israel, right? And it talked like the tabernacles of Edom, Moab, Ammon, the Philistines, Amalek. Um, there's several nations that it mentions. But the Valorians, right? They look human in the show, but then the Rulons they look reptilian. They look like fish people and insects, right? Because um, I guess Valorians, they had like one guy who was like the righteous leader, but the Rulons they had Krulos, and he was like this cruel, treacherous, violent frog, right? Named Krulos, Lord Krulos, and he was like the emperor or the warlord of the Rulons, and and he was a frog in a power suit, right? But then he had like shark men, he had the Viper team, he had Croc, which was like a crocodile. He had I said sharks, right? He had ant men. He had locusts. Um, so he had like these unique, different type of monsters and stuff. But each one like represented a nation of its own, right? And just because Rulo or Ru, damn it, I forget his name now. Krulos, even though Krulos he was like the leader, like the Viper and like the shark and the ant guy, they were all like being very competitive because they were trying to backstab Krulos at the same time. They wanted to take power, so they were treacherous in and of themselves, and very cold-blooded and evil. And um, some unique characteristics about the Rulon, because like the Valorians, they were like the good guys. They were telepathic. Um, they set up camp in like the forest and the lakes, so they had like these really good places to live, and especially like good holy places to live. And they were treating the dinosaurs and everything okay with them. But the Rulons, because well, yeah, like I just said, like the Valorians had telepathy. They could speak to the dinosaurs with their mind, right? But the Rulons they had to have mind control. They had like these brain boxes where they put like this machine on top of the heads and it turned them into like these drones. They mind controlled them through these boxes, and just kind of shows like the type of people that the Rulons were, that they wanted to conquer, enslave, and destroy, and they didn't care. They were evil, wicked Confederacy race, and I guess part of the symbolism too, because the Valorians, I said, they lived in the forests and by the lakes, and they lived in the grass, and they had a great place to live. But the Rulons, when they crashed, they were in the mountains and the caves and stuff like that. So it all goes back to Edom again. In Esau, he went to Mount Seir. Of course, Horite means cave dweller and stuff. So being in the mountains and the caves, it kind of brings out this evil warlike mentality out of you and stuff. But it's really what the Rulon or what Dino Riders was between the Valorians and the Rulons is a big. It's like a dinosaur fantasy of Jacob versus Esau is what it is. Between God and the devil, and I don't know. I think that's just pretty unique. And I guess like near like the end of the episodes, they also, because they went like I guess forward in time from the prehistoric to the ice age, and they had like one of the really cruel, um, like Neanderthal warlords. He eventually like ran over to the Rulons and stuff. So there's like a lot of allegory to some of these shows and everything. And once you kind of have eyes to see and ears to hear, because a lot of people they get so confused on what the devil is, what the devil could be, and everything. They think he's like this invisible spirit, or and I guess he is a malevolent spirit, but he has a race of people on the earth too. In the Bible, it gives plenty of signs and symbols and characteristics that you just have to like compare the races of the world to, and you'll kind of find that the whites and the Caucasian race, that we're in fact red, and that we pretty much roll with Edom, you know, and that like if we were in the Dino Rider universe, that we would be rolling with the Rulons instead of the Valorians, and and it is kind of unique how Lord Krulos, how he's a frog, how we get like Pepe the frog and everything, and there's like some verse I think in Revelation about like the demons that look like frogs and shit like that. So it's like in the last day, it was prophesying that like frogs would be like a major troll in the end, pretty much. And that's like we see, uh, yeah, Pepe the frog, maybe Ribby the party frog, certain these amphibians. It's no accident. Um, I guess that's good for now. I might do one on Transformers a little bit with the Decepticons and Megatron versus the Autobots. But so there's a lot of Jacob versus Esau references in there as well. You just have to look for them. But yeah, y'all take it easy, guys.